Drop the phone, man.
No, it's a message for you and me. I'm checking.
You're logging to your phone so we can go live on Instagram as well. You're live now too, by the way.
All right, so today...
It's like a family dinner at my house. Everyone's on their phones.
Of course, that's everybody's house now.
I got it.
It's a modern family moment.
Okay, be respectful, Mike. You're disrespecting people. We're taking time out of their precious...
Who's Benjamin?
We're live. We're live. It's all good. We're gonna do this later. So, Gabriel, you just said off air. You said when's the last what?
You can't go to work. That's what he said.
Yeah, because there's a bit of snow tomorrow.
Yeah, and then he called me lazy. He called me lazy, right? Obviously. And then I said, "Can you tell me when's the last time I did not show up at work? I've been here for a year and a half in management."
Well, we know.
And then he said, "We're going to talk about it on the live." Yeah, that's clearly not the question, but sure.
You
want to go pound for pound on the gym? Because I think you'll regret that one too.
Okay, so let's go back to yesterday, quick, for those that didn't catch the episode. We were talking about doing hard things. No, but we gotta explain it. So I posted on my story this morning something if you want to check it out. Gabriel yesterday said, I'll meet you at the gym because we go to the same gym. Mm-hmm. And he usually gets there a bit before me. A
lot before you. Yeah.
And so as I'm getting closer to the gym, I started recording and I said, yesterday we were talking. And I was sure he was going to be there. And as I got close, I'm looking in the parking lot and I'm like, oh my God, he's not even there. But I said, I got to still post it. And so I'm sorry to have put you on the spot. But you did promise me.
But it's okay.
But you did say you were going to be there. So tell us what happened.
No, nothing. We're not gonna dwell on it. We didn't film this face. That's what I deal with 14 hours a day.
You felt too tired.
No, not at all. I literally had zero sleep. I slept from about 2 to 2:15, and then my kid, and so on and so forth.
So it's not your fault.
No, I never said that. But I ended up training from home because that's what I get. So now you can start the insults.
So we're not going to go back to that topic, but if you want to see it, it's up somewhere on one of the platforms, on all platforms. But check it out; it's quite interesting. Mike.
Yeah.
I know today you insisted that we meet, that we review, that we tell each other what worked, what didn't work, and you wanted to talk about that because we got into a few topics that were sensitive, or at least. For you, it was it wasn't easy to sometimes say or tell your colleague you should improve this, you should improve that. But we did it in an open forum, the three of us. It's too bad Jay wasn't there. Maybe we'll do another one with.
Oh yeah, it was so fun, man! You can't wait. Trust me.
I think the idea behind it is that we finished a year. And we need to reflect and look back and to see what it is that we did well and where it is that we needed improvement. And I think that's good for us moving forward if we do want to have a better year than we had in the year previously.
But there was some uncomfortable conversations.
Oh, absolutely. But these things are imperative. They're part of our responsibility in order for us to get to where we're going.
So what do you do if you're a real estate broker and you're by yourself? How do you actually have that conversation? And with who? Do you have it with yourself?
Yeah.
Or do you do it with someone?
You take a piece of paper and you ask yourself the hard questions. You got to be honest with yourself, right?
No, but where do you start? I mean,
you can start with you can start saying, "Am I doing everything that I need to do? What is it that I did well? What didn't work?" In terms of when you talk about marketing, some people use social media, some people don't. What can I gain from it? It's your business, so technically you got to be able to assess and find out where it is that you have strength and where you have weaknesses.
But some of the things like we talked about, we said certain things. You wrote certain things that we discussed, but we didn't go. Is it important to go down to the steps on how? Because we talked about what would be an ideal situation.
What I did this morning, okay, what I did this morning when I reviewed everything prior to us meeting. Is I looked at everything from a surface point of view because these are questions that I asked myself. And I was wondering, in the team, is anybody else asking themselves the same questions that I'm asking? And if so, we should elaborate on these topics. Now, like you said, it's not something that can be done in an hour. It's something that will be done maybe over a period of time if we have to go away for 2 days or figure it out and ask ourselves these questions. So I wanted to surface it to see it. Am I the only one,
And I think it's very important, but shouldn't we have done this way before? Like, shouldn't we have done that back in November? Or start the process so that we kick off the year, start the year off?
The process was already started, actually. I had it done and completed by December 12th.
We're the 11th of January.
Well, we were...
Better late than never.
Right.
But I think that if we had...
For me, it was already done. Gabriel,
Yes.
Since the beginning of December, what didn't I say that we need to have our end of the year meeting?
No, you said it.
Every week I was asking for that situation to happen. Unfortunately, there was circumstances and schedules
outside of your control.
No.
Same as Gabriel.
You were first of all, you were sick.
Tired.
You were sick the whole week. You were sick.
I was sick for a week. I'm talking about November, December. I wasn't sick for 2 months.
No, but like
then you decided to take some time off, a long period of time off, and that's okay. You deserve it. Écoute.
It's so sincere. I love it.
No, I'm kidding, but I'm not. It's actually true. You opted for more comfort than uncomfort. You could have. No, if you really, really had to, you could have chopped it into a smaller period of time, a smaller window. Am I right or am I wrong?
It would have been difficult.
It would have been difficult. It would have been difficult, but it was possible. And you could have come to the gym. It would have been extremely painful and difficult, but you could have.
Have you guys ever fought, like punched each other?
Why?
The thought is there. However,
This is what we need to get to another place in our lives, either personally or financially or in business, and especially if we're self-employed. If we're a real estate broker, you're on your own. So the only person you have is that other voice, that voice that told you this morning, Gabriel, sleep in. You're okay. There's always tomorrow. Do home body weight exercise. It's the same. and you, the voice said, well, I don't want to upset my wife. I don't want my parents or whoever I'm meeting over there. And I deserve it. I worked hard all year. Hey, I won this award and that award. But it's okay. I'm just saying that this is the reality that every self-employed person faces. And it's fine. It's fine if you're happy with everything that all the outcomes.
You mentioned awards. I'll bring it back to you because that's a point you set over there. I want to see what everybody thinks about that.
Bring it back.
So we finished number 1, right? We got the most growth, net growth in Quebec.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's confirmed.
Well, no, it's not confirmed.
It's confirmed.
According to our
numbers that we tracked all year and so on, unless we're majorly wrong by 80%, we didn't make it. But Etienne went out of his way to demolish Mike's work.
Stop with the exaggeration.
No, because you exaggerate, I will exaggerate. I'm talking.
Oh, hold on, I want to hear this. What happened?
Yeah. So basically, in the net, or even we do through net, the gross growth, right? We were at around 49% from last year, right? We did a 49% growth, which most would have, oh wow, you got number 1, you got 49% growth, this and that, fantastic. Etienne was extremely disappointed because it says we're still kind of just like within the average, and that's not, number 1 means nothing.
No, wait.
No, he said number 1 means nothing because number 1, how you got number 1 is okay. It's all right.
I feel like
you
I'm
did a
witnessing,
bit more than the rest, and
I feel like I'm witnessing a virtual reality of Judge Judy right now.
yeah.
I didn't say it was average. I said.
No, you said it was.
It's like winning the Stanley Cup final by 1 goal. You didn't win the cup.
Some people will say you won the cup. Others will say, well, yeah, but how did you win it?
I think
it was average.
We could have won it in straight 4, 6-7-0 each game.
Yeah, so it's how you approach your business, right? As a broker, are you going to say, I had a good year because I had 10 transactions? Or say, well, the average for somebody putting in the work is 10, I should have had 50.
It's because I know what your goals are. I know what you say you want, and I want you to get it, and that's why I know you're capable of more, and that's the whole point. It's not just for the I don't take joy in telling you should do this or you should do that. I'm trying to share what my experiences are, and I could be completely wrong, but it worked for me, and it's working for me. So I'm just trying to lead by example. But we could have won by a way greater margin, and this year. I do not want to have a repeat of this year. I don't want to win just to win. I want to win to demonstrate what we're capable of doing if we're doing it as a team. And with Jay, Mike, and Gabriel all focused on this, all learning and growing and self-developing and not listening to that little bee voice, I know we can do it. And you're gonna feel amazing. So if you're interested, if you're a broker and you want some of this stuff, and you gotta be ready to face the real reality though. I'm gonna do the same thing with you. We're gonna analyze everything you do, and I'm gonna take you step by step to get to 7 times your gross revenues. It sounds like a lot, but you know, it's not that much, and it's actually very easy to attain if you stop listening to that voice and you know where to put your priorities.
I think it's important to say though, if you're watching this podcast for the first time, if you're watching this live for a first time, it's probably important to know that you're getting the concentrated version of a day. These guys laugh all day together, because when I'm watching it right now, I'm seeing it like it looks a little tough. But you got to know that it is for the best efforts, and they're embellishing just a touch, but this does every single day. We look out for each other and we hold each other accountability. And that's what I've loved about this podcast since the beginning, is that, you know, when we first started doing this, we kind of went around the table and talked about our feelings, and then that kind of went kumbaya, or just a little bit too much. But now it's really, it really just goes to show what happens, the inner workings during a day.
And when you take the military, maybe this is not a good example, but when you take the military approach to things, that's kind of what they build the soldiers to be able to resist that fear and all of the things that come with being a soldier. It's the same in business.
I had one this morning. I was saying something to you and you said, man, don't put your energy on there. And I said, but I don't know how to not put my energy on that. You said, just don't.
We have a limited supply of energy every day, right? Mm. This is not a thing I'm making up. It's you live it. You have a limited. So and that's why most don't make it in real estate as self-employed individuals. They just don't know where to put their energy. They start putting it in the wrong places. So I want to do this with you because it was my reality for a long time, where I was putting efforts and energy into all kinds of things that weren't giving me nothing. And I was trying a new thing and trying a new thing and trying a new thing until I realized where to put the energy, someone showed me where to put the energy. And I promise you, I'm not going to tell you to just do cold calling and door knocking and all that crap. It's not crap, but it's very old-fashioned, and there's way more efficient ways. And I also have another program. We also have another program where we share how we attained 892 potential leads online in 3 months. I mean, you can't do that doing cold calling and door knocking. It's just not feasible or doable. So that's a 2.4 million potential in gross commission. I'm going to show you everything step by step, how to build the ad, how to do the funnels. And it sounds all complicated, but it's not. Today it's quite simple. It takes a few hours to play with, but very easy. So if you're interested, send me a DM or reach anybody at Meller Group and say I'm in for either the mentorship or the leads program. And all this is for free. I'm not charging you nothing. I really want to make a difference. I know it's going to be a tough year for many, and so it gives me great pleasure in sharing what I know, and you guys, same thing. That's why I'm so hard on you guys. I know this year's going to be great, and we're going to be sharing all of our numbers, our growth, our challenges, our wins, and many of our losses, just to share and help you attain your own objectives.
Hold on, I just want to do something for you guys, because we got this really cool board here. I'm sorry to be so immature, but there's a button on here, and you can't hear it, but I can, and it's an applause.
There we go.
And I like to dedicate this to Mike and Gabriel. Etienne maybe as well, but it's the applause. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You hear it? You can't hear it. You will one day. There you go.
So with that, every day we're going to be sharing what we go throughout the day, good and bad, because it's the same thing that you go through as a real estate broker or a mortgage broker. And if you have comments, questions, good and bad, shoot them out, send them out, and we'll try to answer your questions and try to help you out with your whatever problems you have. So all the best, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow.